Hello, everybody. Let's get back to it. I know that I've been away for a couple of days. Hola a todos. Sé que no he estado poniendo videos por un par de días. But the reality is I think that I'm gonna start streaming Wednesday through Friday. La realidad es que creo que voy a empezar a poner estos en vivo de miércoles a viernes. Tal vez los fines de semana, maybe on the weekends. I'm not sure. No estoy 100% seguro aún de los fines de semana. A veces tengo planes. Just have plans on the weekends, so it kind of clashes. So unfortunately right now, I just stream as I get availability. Por ahorita nada más pongo videos en vivo mientras tengo la oportunidad. And I'm also just going to go ahead and start doing Spanish and English. También voy a estar haciendo estos en inglés y español. Since I do speak both languages, and I figure, why not? Ya que puedo hablar los dos lenguajes y pues ¿por qué no? I just realized, acabo de realizar que no cambié el nombre de del stream. I didn't change my stream name, el nombre de mi video. Okay. Bueno, vamos a continuar. Vamos a continue. Voy a intentar hacer esto en español a ver si si hay gente que les pueda ayudar también en español. Pues vamos a tratar de hacer eso también. Let's go ahead and I'm going to try to do both English and Spanish. I know that I had done it a while back, but I think to myself, why not? Bueno, vamos a hacer lo que estábamos trabajando. Let's continue what we were working on. We were working on this. Estábamos trabajando en esta parte de de provisionar los listas y la base de datos, básicamente provisionarla. We're working on provisioning all of our assets for the backend database. So I'm going to continue with that. Voy a continuar con eso. I don't know if you noticed, but I changed my username. No sé si han notado, pero cambié mi nombre de usuario. It's TryCatch Development. Lo cambié porque antes, cuando empecé este canal, iba a hacer videos de cuando iba de pesca, pero la realidad es que no sé cómo pescar y nunca podía, nunca pescaba nada para hacer videos. The reality is when I started this channel, I was actually going to do fishing videos. But I wasn't catching anything. So I can't catch fish to save my life. So for that reason, I had called my channel Try Catch Angler. Angler being a fishing person, right? So angler, person who fishes. But I can't fish. So I figured since I'm doing development now on my channel, let me just change it to something that's more relevant. Un pescador de caña era el nombre anterior que tenía, pero lo cambié porque obviamente no sé cómo pescar. Inicialmente iba a hacer videos en este canal acerca de pesca, pero como no puedo pescar nada para salvar mi vida, entonces ahora lo cambié a mejor ser un canal de desarrollo. So I changed it to be a development channel instead, since obviously fishing is not my forte. Alright, so let's continue. Vamos a continuar con lo que estaba haciendo. Una de las cosas que tengo que hacer es I need to change this. Necesito cambiar esto nuevamente a como estaba antes. Some of this is going to be painful to change back. En estos cambios no me va a gustar porque voy a tener que hacer más trabajo para mí mismo. But maybe we can do it a different way, I think. Podemos hacerlo de otra manera, tal vez. Or what should I work on? ¿O qué debería de trabajar? Let me just work on this. So let me inspect here, edit the page. Vamos a modificar la página. And what I want to do, lo que quiero hacer es limpiar el código, limpiar lo que he puesto en el sitio. I gotta clean what I put in this site. So I can do a test of what changes I've made. Para hacer para ver qué fue lo que cambié y que sí está funcionando. I have to make sure that what I change is working. So that's where I'm going to start. And then I'm going to work on my other app. To get that up and running. Alright, entonces vamos a continuar. Voy a borrar estos columns. I'm going to delete these columns to do part of the cleanup. Wait a bitch, anything I can't pull this information down, can I? Cambié mi login de GitHub y por eso tengo muchos problemas ahora. I have a lot of problems because I reset my GitHub credentials, and so now a lot of my stuff is not working. I'm wondering if I can go and change it. So let's go here. Vamos a cambiar aquí. See if this works. Let me see. All right, let me try this. This is what's weird. It lets me do this. Is this in? It didn't even ask me where. Oh, this is provisioning. This is provisionar. This is why. Let me see. Oh, this is under source. Let me run this. Vamos a correr esta aplicación and see if it works. Esto funciona. If this works, it'll create the lists and the columns correctly. And if we look at the code, si vemos el código for the provisioning API, what's basically happening, lo que está sucediendo es que corremos esta función. We're running this function. And it gets the app list data and it creates the list, crea la lista. Las listas primero y luego crea los columns. Then it creates the columns, and then after it creates the columns, then it creates the columns at the list level. And I already tested this. I did this off stream. So if I click on provisioning assets, I should see the lists appear here and the columns appear here. So if I click on provision, I refresh this. Here are my two lists. And you can see my parent ID worked. My columns are getting generated. I'm gonna reset everything because I feel like I have a lot of stuff, and then I'm losing a lot of the changes because I don't have my repos connected correctly. So There's nothing. This isn't working. I don't really think I have a choice. I'm gonna have to sign out of this one because I'm gonna get rid of that one anyway. And then sign into my regular one. So be right back. I'm gonna log in. Let me see if this works. Vamos a ver si esto funciona. me try it a different way. No, it's not gonna let me. Program files git. What is this? Git.executable, which is this? The trick is I don't know how to clean this so that I can start over. I'm trying to clean my GitHub. What happened is I used to be logged in under my personal account, and then I created a streaming account. And then what I did was I tried to switch my GitHub credentials to my streaming account. And in the process, I corrupted all the authentication. And so now when I try to clone any of my Git repositories on my going back to my personal, I can't. And I think I'm just gonna have to reinstall Git and clean the entire installation, like remove everything and then reinstall it. That's the only way I can think of. That's the only way I can think of doing that. So that I can reset it, because right now I can't. It keeps on giving me these errors that the repository is not found, and I think it's because of the authentication issue. Even though I'm back logged into my personal account, it still doesn't work. So if I go, let me see what it git config global. What's the command to display the git command? The config. Git command to show config user and email. Username. / global. Doesn't show me. I'll get config list. Nope, it doesn't do it either. Could it be because I'm not in? Here, let me see. Git is not record. Maybe because Git is installed. I know that it's installed. Under apps. Here's Git. But it is installed. Maybe I need to uninstall it and reinstall it. I can try Git status. Let me see. I should be. So right now I'm in source, FAQ Webpart. I guess there isn't a git there. If I delete this, I think I'm just gonna uninstall git and just give it like a fresh start. I guess I could try that. Get in it. Sorry, I don't know why my chat's not working. Like I can see you sending me a message on chat, but it's not on my screen, which is kind of weird. So you're saying to run git in it. So let's try that. No, it's not gonna let me run git on the PowerShell. Let's say PowerShell. Git is not recognized as a name. Hold on, let me uninstall it. Hopefully this works. There we go. That's what it was. Now let's try it. Going into clone git repository. Point task. Yeah, that's what it. Oh shoot! No. GitHub. It's not found. Let me find out if that's even the correct path. Yeah, that is the correct path. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna get rid of everything. I mean, it is what it is. I can always just clone it again. Let's clone everything into why is it still coming up? I think it worked. I think it's working. So this is the one that's current 2.9, accept incoming and complete merge. What's the other issue? Accept incoming. Accept incoming. I think I got it. I think it's working. I think I can cancel that. Now let's see. I can open a new window and clone the other repo. Are you kidding me? This does exist. If I sign in, let me sign in. I'll be right back. You may have to connect now within Bash. You can clone any repo. You can only clone the ones you. I do have access to it. Look, I am gonna click on this link, and now I'm logged in under a different one, and it's there. Like another. What I mean by a different one, I mean another profile, another Chrome profile. It just doesn't make any sense why it doesn't let me clone it. Source. And repository not found. And it is found because I can literally go to it. There it is. This repository can't start it. You may have to get in it now within Bash. You're saying no, but if I run git init here, what good does that do? Didn't do anything. What's odd is I can pull and push here. It worked fine. But when I go on the other one, it doesn't let me. Okay. Maybe I just need to sign out. Sign back in. Maybe this will work. Repository not found. Okay, let's go check. Let me try to authenticate that. Be right back. No, I already changed the git config and it's still giving me the same error. Repository, this is not found. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do this. So instead of that, I'm just going to do clone git repository. And it's still giving me the error. What am I doing wrong? I'm logged in. Getting it isn't the same as logging into. Hello, bro. May I know what you're doing? I'm trying to get my Git working so that I can synchronize my code. May I know what project you're currently? I'm working on my Point Task app. It's like a mock of the Blitzit app, but for SharePoint. I know you've heard of it, but I'm mocking this. I'm creating my own version of this. But for some reason, it doesn't let me clone this. The only thing is I can do an SSH setup. I'm curious though, because earlier I went into this. I wonder if I just delete the Git folder and uninstall and reinstall again. I'm going to do that. So I got rid of the Git folder. I'm going to close this. And then I'm going to go uninstall it. Oh wait, it's because I deleted it. I broke it. Yeah, because I deleted the Git folder. Let me go to the recycle bin and bring it back. This is something that I had deleted earlier. I'm wondering if now I can open that folder and then just do it that way. Get's not there. Get's not here either. I'm just gonna start everything over. Let's see. Go to Visual Studio Code. Basically crash the whole thing. Where is the... Oh, wait. Right here. Here we go. Visual Studio Code. Uninstall this. And then get rid of my niece is doing something to the dog. Just an accident. The URL exists, but the user that is being used in the terminal does not have access to the URL. You need to make sure that you're authenticated, not just in VS Code, but in the terminal for the user that has access to properly pull it down. But what's ironic is that I was able to pull it down on the other one and they didn't have issues. It was only on that one folder. But that's my next step, I guess, to try to do. And here's a git config. Just make sure whichever account you have access to matches the same access to each repo. Good night, chatter. Make sure whichever account you have access. Oh, I already read that. I'm signed on. Let me sign in real quick. Oh, geez. It's verify. Yeah, I already did that. Confirm access rights. Make sure you are authenticated. Can I even do it this way? So in git bash. Well, I've never used git bash before, so where am I in here? C T. Get in it. You want me to run get in it here? So there's my git config. when I try to clone. Masking Claude on another window. Did you try setting? Yep, I already set the username and email both globally and on the initialized get-init that you recommended. Okay, so according to Claude, it says to go into Credential Manager. And then go into Windows credentials. And it says GitHub is causing it. So github.com. This is what's causing the issue. Remove. Now let's see if I can do it. Nope. I'm just gonna get rid of all of them. Is there any others? Evernote, OneDrive. Nope, that looks like it's it. Oh, that was it. Okay, we'll be right back. Yeah, that was painful, but it's working now. So it's the Windows Credentials Manager that was causing the issue. It should already be up to date. Then I can run all the installations. I know SSH would be okay as well, but I don't want to go down that path. Right, that's the issue. All those credentials I had saved in the credential manager did not have access to that GitHub repo, and that's why I was not able to clone the repository. I'm assuming you do development too, right? What kind of development do you do? You don't have the credential manager on Mac, but what you do have is that keychain. So if you have the keychain enabled, it's the same thing, except that's the Mac version of it. So if you ever have something similar to this, that's something you could look at. Full stack, primarily JavaScript Node. I did full stack for a while. Now I do SharePoint development, but it's kind of like it too, you know. I never look at keychain though. Yeah, don't ever set up keychain. I never did when I was on a Mac. I'm actually on a virtual machine. I wonder if I could run a Mac virtual machine on Windows and do development on stream on a Mac, even though I'm technically on the Windows machine. I do have a MacBook, and I only had it for like 4 years. I'll never buy a MacBook again because I spent a lot of money on it, and then it only lasted me like a few years. What?
Go in your room because she took a bath.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know that I can. I don't know that I want to though. I'm just being honest, sorry. All right, so this is my app that I'm building. What is this? Focus planner. I don't remember putting this in here. I've only had 2 MacBooks in my whole career, and my first one went out after 10 years. Mine went out after 4. I bought one in 2020, and in 2000, and it's like those are expensive products. That MacBook Pro, I got the MacBook Pro 16, and it was over almost $4,000 for that laptop. And then I went 4 years into using it, the screen started getting that burn in. And I took it to the MacBook, to the Genius Bar, and they said that it would be, I think, like $800 to fix. I just didn't want to put any more money into it, considering that I've had Windows machines that last a lot longer than that. I was really disappointed given how expensive. That was one of the most expensive laptops I've ever purchased. It was over almost $4,000. Those are really expensive. I'm actually on air now, and whoops, the old MacBook Pro. Yeah, I don't know that I would ever buy another MacBook, to be honest. Let's see, this thing's already started running, so this is what I'm working on now. So it's this app. You can add tasks like you can say 45 minutes, for example, and this is the full form. Save it as a demo, 1 hour or an hour and a half. You can add notes from this right here. Oh, what happened? I implemented dragging and dropping. So it's supposed to be a clone of this app. I was gonna buy this, but I decided to build it. So that's what I'm working on. I don't know if my microphone is really loud. Hopefully it's not too loud. But anyway, this is what I'm working on. So we have me for enterprise client, and that's why it's in Azure. It's not in Azure, it's in SharePoint, which is kind of, you could technically, so you can technically, like if I sell this product, I could have it, the assets loaded in Azure for the purposes of monetizing. So if I wanted to sell this application, which I don't intend to, I'm going to make this free, at least the minimum, which is what I'm working on right now. I'm going to make it free. And then once I add additional features, I'm going to like add more advanced features like integrations and things. I think that's when I'm going to charge for it. So the way this works is I enter log point and it shows me a timer so that I can put it to the side and work on other stuff. And it keeps it above all the windows. So I use the picture in picture. Yes, the ecosystem is SharePoint. But it's very similar. If you're a full stack developer, you'll understand, you know, what's going on. So it's split into, I have my API, all of my APIs here, my endpoints, and then I have hooks. If you're familiar with React, all of my hooks for basically my middleware. That's what the hooks are for, my middleware between the API endpoints and my application. And this is where all of my data gets cached. And then I have my UI. And then there's obviously local and global states. But you can see that this is what's running. And then similar to how, so here, whenever you complete something, like you can actually take breaks too. So I wanted to do the same thing, like drag and drop the tasks. And then you start your tasks. Except mine automatically loads that overlay. It doesn't, like, you don't have to hide it, it automatically does it. And then I did that too. So for instance, if I go back to the screen and I complete it, you can see the little GIF. And then it allows you to either take a break or go to the next task. And it has like a countdown. So you can see this little bar. So if I take a break, it loads my break overlay. So the question is there a benefit to there? I mean, I could technically build this using like a full stack developer option. You can do a development using something like Supabase and using something like 10 stack start. The only reason I did it in SharePoint is because that's what I work on most of the time. And then you can see my little progress bar shows that I have, I mean, obviously I only did the focus for 2 minutes. But the only thing that I like about SharePoint is that I can the artifacts, like the tables, you can actually manipulate everything through the UI. So you can go into, you know, app users, sessions, and see all the tables from here. So right now, one of the bugs that I have is the picture-in-picture that I need to fix. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's another bug too, because it should have kept that. This one's gonna be about, let's just say, 1 hour programming. And then I can switch tasks. So right now I'm on the demo, right? So I'm running the demo. And then I can switch to a different task. And now I'm under bug fix. My timer stayed the same. The only thing that changes is my task timer. And then show going over time. So if I make this one, let's just say 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Oh, which one was it? Going over. So this one's only going to be 3 minutes. So you're going to see this one go down really fast because it's only 3 minutes. But I'm going to show what it looks like when I go over the time on a task, just so that you can see. So the task is at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. But anyway, I have to review the code while I do that. Let me review the code. So we gotta look at not the hooks, but the components. Use picture-in-picture window. And it's also use session. Because the bug that I have right now, and I don't know if you noticed it, but earlier when I went into my break, it showed the picture-in-picture, but then it disappeared. And I need to fix that. I also need to have the availability to close the picture-in-picture and reopen it. When I'm on a break, it doesn't do that. Because right now I can, when I'm on a task, I can do it. I can close it and then I can reopen it and it shows me again. But when I'm on a break, it doesn't work. It closes it. And I think the reason it closes it is because this session manager is not correctly positioned. And so when this session manager is not correctly positioned, it session manager is in the log point layout. And the problem with that is that log point layout is this. So if I inspect it and I go to my components, here it is. You see this component, when it's highlighted, you can see log point layout is that panel. And so what happens when I go on break, that panel closes. And because it closes, it's a hit and miss. If it opens the pop-up at the right time, it stays. But if it tries to open the picture-in-picture and it doesn't do it in time, this closes and then it doesn't open because the session manager's been put away. It's not working. You can see I'm about to go over the time. So I'm going over the time on my task. But anyway, that's what I was saying. So use session manager. And I bet anything that use PIP window. So use PIP window. Where do I? Oh, yeah, right here. How do I exclude a folder? Oh, okay, I got it. So it's down. Okay. I want to avoid using this folder in my search. Oh, not include, it's exclude. There we go. All right, so use PIP window is in the today's progress bar, break time overlay. Okay. So let's get Claude in here. Oh no. And then we're gonna give Claude the relevant files to save ourselves some of that usage. And another reason I say to use this methodology is because it always keeps you in charge of your code. If you don't know what's going on with your code and you let AI do everything, then you're gonna have a problem, right? You're gonna have a problem where you're not gonna be very knowledgeable in your own product, and you're not gonna know how to fix things. So you already did session manager, PIP, break time overlay. And then log point layout is another one that I needed. And going on break. The picture in picture. Oh, we also need the picture in picture template. And going on break, the picture in picture is a hit or miss. Yes. Sometimes it'll load and other times it'll either pop up and close, and then I am not allowed to open it. We need to implement the reopen functionality. And the reopen functionality is under I close it. It's in the today task. So it's in the today progress bar. So reopen PIP click. So we need to tell it the reopen PIP click. So icon button on 309. Icon button on 309. An example. So this reopen PIP click is coming from as a prop for this. Oops. It's coming in as a prop. And so today progress bar. We search for today progress bar, and that's found in the home. And okay, maybe not that one, but it's definitely in here. Handle reopen PIP. There's an async function. So function on line 164. Function on line 164 of lock point. So let's plan to fix the bug. Reopen and closing of picture-in-picture, well as having the picture-in-picture. The today progress bar, but make it avail in the break timer overlay. Okay, so this is gonna start the plan. But anyway, so now that I've gone 5 minutes over and I complete it, and it tells you like it took you long enough. It's supposed to be like something fun to be like, you know, come on. Like it shouldn't have taken you that long to do this, right? And then if you take a break, you see how it opens and then it closes, and it closes as soon as the lock point layout. By the way, I suspect the issue is with lock point layout .tsx, because I go on break, the PIP shows, but as soon as lock point layout closes, it is closing the because that's what's happening right now. For the record, I'm not a big fan of AI, but I'm starting to use it more and more because I feel like I'm getting left behind. Like everybody's using it, and but I use it responsibly. I make sure that I'm in the know on what's going on with the code. I don't just like prompt it. I want to make sure that I understand what it changes it's making. Otherwise I wouldn't know, right? Yep, I am correct. That's exactly why. See? It's good to know your code. Because then you know what's going on and you can kind of work in tandem with AI rather than letting AI take over everything and then you don't know what's going on. So, right? Oh yeah, that's fine. Let's allow the edit. Send that break early. Use effect. So it left it on the use PIP window. I should fix it. Hit the break. Okay, everything went well. So now I should be able to enter here. And I should be able to click on go on break. And it should open the PIP and leave it open. So we're going to be doing testing, PIP bug fix. All right, so now if I go on break, or break shows up and the picture-in-picture stays open, which is what I wanted. Nice. Very good. So the break timer. So another break. So if I close this, it should give me enough. Yep, it gives me an option to open it again. Nice, that's awesome. I don't like where it's placed though. I don't like that it's under end break early. It should be like next to short break. The name of the break. So the button, this button. I want it to be next to the break type. Right here. Save this. It's going to refresh. All right. So I'm going to test it again. Go on break. I go back. This should be in line. So this and this needs to be in its own div. Horizontal align center. This stack. No, I can't do it that way. Wait, is there a break type already? Where's break type handled? It looks like there's a class called break type already. It's right here. Oh, let's call this break type section. Display flex, align item center. Let's display flex. Let's just use this for now. Oh shoot, it's not gonna bring back the break. I'm going. Hold on. My dog. Give me a second. I'm gonna go let her in. You gotta dress. He's dressed now. Let's see, where were we? Okay, let's test it now. Go on break. Okay. So the only other thing I would fix there, my virtual machine's running like trash. Right here. So we have break type section. I'd probably do like space in between. I don't know. Or on the text, the space in between is not working. On the text though, like here, I could add something like maybe some margin, or I can add some padding, right? So I think that would work. But then what would happen if open, and if I close it? I think that could work. So here on this button, on the break type, we could put running right. Let's just say 18. Pixels. And now let's put it on test. Sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. All right, let's go on break. Oh, there you go. So the break is working now. The only other thing I needed to work on is the missing time session. I need to make a way to log that information. So, like, make it be more visible, like stand out. Like, we had to do some conditional formatting that says, hey, if there's a session missing an end time, make it stand out like the sore thumb. think I'm gonna have to quit. My dog wants too much attention. Can you see her? She's an attention hog. I even have like a little mini version of her. Oh. Another funny thing is she's a bird dog. So if I ever mess with her, like if I blow air near her ear, she doesn't like it. Watch. Wait, you gotta, we're trying to demo something. Right. She cracks me up. Hold on, watch. See? He doesn't like it. Anyway. Yeah, so that's another thing that I need to work on. And I just forgot that I was doing a bilingual stream. Se me olvidó que también quería hablar en español. I got distracted. Me distraí. I don't know if anybody watches my stream that speaks Spanish. I know that some of my family does sometimes. Yo sé que a veces mi familia ve estos videos. Y por eso quería también hablar en español. Pero a veces es difícil porque hay una manera que tienes que hablar cuando estás hablando de programación, de desarrollo. It makes it very difficult because sometimes you do have like certain verbiage in Spanish that I don't know, especially when it deals to some of the programming jargon. All right. So this has been fixed. So the picture-in-picture bug is gone. By the way, that's one of my favorites. SpongeBob giving a thumbs up. My dog is such a big baby here. It's really my daughter's dog. If anybody sees my stream later, or if you're interested in helping me with this app by giving me some, by using it, I'm gonna make it available for download. If anybody's interested in using this, it'll be free. And only thing I ask for is maybe give me some feedback on what I can do to make it better. And report any bugs that you find. It would be awesome. So put it in the comments if you're interested. I can like if you're watching on YouTube, or if you can, please follow me on YouTube or subscribe. It's free. And if you're interested in using this for your day-to-day, it's free. You can try it out if you use SharePoint. I can give you the package, and you can install it on your SharePoint instance. But anyway, I think I'm gonna head out. My dog needs time. He wants me to spend time with her, so I'll see you next time. You gonna say bye? You gonna say bye? Let's see if she'll say bye-bye. Any comments? You're sleepy. You can see she's sleepy. Wants to go to bed. Anyway, I'll see you. Peace.